The good gentleman from the 14th District, Representative Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise also in hopes that we can continue this and we can work together to solve this problem. There are a few of us in this room that were born during the Great Depression. Now, we may not remember that personally ourselves, but we can remember the stories that our mothers and fathers told of the sacrifices they had to make because there were not a lot of programs. Today, we know of the problems that people are facing. People that are out of work, people that are begging on street corners, people that are having to go to welfare agencies and beg for help, swallowing their pride. This is not a pretty picture, truthfully, for any of us to see. But the thing that concerns me the most is this great country of ours was founded and has succeeded on the backs of the middle class in America. It's the middle class, it's not the wealthy, it's not the poor. It's the middle class, of which most of us in this room represent, that pay the bills. And I'm concerned as a citizen, realizing that I'm in the sunset of my life, but there are many of you in this room that are not. And it concerns me as how much more burden can we put on those folks. And if I may, Mr. Speaker, I would like to read from an email that I received from a businessman in Yakima, and I will be happy to state his name here on the floor. If he's courageous enough to send me an email, he should be willing to have his name read. Please
proceed, Representative Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Representative Johnson, as a small business owner in Yakima, I am very concerned with all the talk on increasing taxes in the state of Washington. I am already taxed beyond comprehension by what seems to be every agency at the city, county, state, and federal level. When is it going to stop? Does the legislature have any idea how these taxes and new rules affect businesses in the state? From your view, changing the rules for how a tax is collected probably seems easy. From my view, it is very difficult. I have to change my systems, educate my employees and customers, and put additional processes in place just to make sure that I can handle it correctly. All this work takes the focus away from what I really want to be doing, innovating and providing great products and services to my customers. If I can do that successfully, I will increase my revenue as a result. I will pay more to the state in current taxes. Why does it seem that the attitude in Olympia is, let's just raise taxes, when there is a shortfall? When my revenue is reduced, I have no choice but to cut expenditures. I see no reason why our state government is going in these difficult times. Force state agencies to cut programs. Yes, it is hard, but it is necessary. I already feel that the state of Washington is anti-business and would be hard-pressed to encourage anyone to go into business in this state. Until I see the attitude in Olympia change, my view will continue to be the same. I encourage you to work diligently on behalf of your constituents to fight these proposed tax increases. Sincerely, John Gilson, President, Yakima Steel Fabricators, Yakima, Washington. This is a small businessman, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't a wealthy, this isn't United States Steel. This is a small businessman pleading to us to save his business, because if his business goes down, he's not going to have jobs for people. And that's more people we're going to add to the rolls of those looking for a way out of this recession. As I said earlier, some of us in this room were born during the Great Depression, and some of us have lived through some serious recessions that have come over those decades, and we're in one right now. Again, I don't know what the answer is, but I think perhaps we have opened a dialogue this evening that I would hope and pray would continue. And Mr. Speaker, I would like to just quote from a very famous individual.
Please proceed.
He said, "You cannot elevate one class of people at the expense of another." And I think that is very fitting in our discussion this evening. And that gentleman was Abraham Lincoln, who we celebrated yesterday. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the House.